competition as they enter their third day of competition. These two teams both still in contention for the podium. They're in the top part of this group. Early stages in this group, but obviously we have a group at this point with 6 teams that plays a round robin of games made up of the first, second and third of each of the under-21 groups. So very, very early to tell quite how that's shaping up. This game will be crucial to both these teams, so they will both be looking for a win. It is necessary to come first or second in men's Group O to progress to a semi-final. If you don't do that, you end up playing off for between 5th and 12th. So I would suggest both of these nations, when they were stepping on the jet plane in Europe, were hoping to come higher than 5th. Certainly they've already secured a 12th place finish at worst, but I suspect they're hoping very much to improve on that. We have referees for this game from Italy, and the game will be underway very shortly. Teams just being called to order. I will take the opportunity to very quickly name check the teams. We have on our left in black kayaks, red buoyancy vests and black helmets, the team from Portugal, and they are number 1, Jose, number 2, number 3, the captain, Deqing, number 4, Viejo, number 6, Damash, and we're away. Forgive me, I'll name check those teams at half time. On this occasion, much as Steele gets there first, he's fouled in turn by Metcalf, and we end up in a situation where Portugal take the first possession. Bit of a boat contact to the body there of Steele. Portugal looking for this. Great Britain team setting up in a 2-and-2, becoming more and more fashionable. It used to be the fashion, then 3-and-1 replaced it, but that's there. Metcalf being sent to just have a little chase at that, a little look, teased. 2 players on the front looking to turn over possession, stopping that sort of pass generally coming in, but this is very nice work from Portugal. Yep, and they find a way into their inside man. On this occasion is Deqing, the captain, and he puts it away. So a minute gone. Portugal 1, Great Britain 0. Great Britain driving forwards here. It won't have been part of their plan to go a goal down in the first minute, but they will have to deal with that situation, and they are doing, trying to get close in turn. Hand pass off to Boyle, the captain, but he can't complete it. Saved by the Portuguese keeper. He can expect a little bit of traffic now, and I'm sure he is. Under 21s competition seems to get stronger every single championship. No different this year. Physicality of these young men is enormous, really. That's nicely done. That was almost clever. That was a very sweet shot from Boyle. Tried to underarm it, but again, saved very nicely. Viejo's going to have his work cut out, I think, but he's ready. On my roster, he's not even down as a goalkeeper, but if he's not, he's doing very well out of it. Look at this Great Britain team almost camped in the Portuguese defence, not even outside it, trying to pass the ball around. They've drawn a foul, which they'll be very happy about. They'll be hoping they can escalate that to a penalty. They want to keep the pressure on the Portuguese opponents, really make the referees make a few decisions here. Very, very close game in there, very busy. Hard for the referees, that kind of game, to stay on top of everything. So far, so good for them. And as Portugal come away, they're coming under, chasing 4 really from Great Britain, keeping the pressure on them, but Jose survives it, recycles it, and with a little bit of clear water possession, Great Britain drop back to their defensive shape, which once again is clearly going to be a chasing 2-and-2 to try and force errors from the Portuguese, but actually more than a match for it so far. They've come through there like that's played right into the Portuguese hands, because when that ball came to March, They're very, very two nice finishes from Portugal. That one off the bottom bar and up into the top of the net. That's very good work from them. Great Britain getting a bit frustrated by the start situation, but the rule's quite clear on that. Going to be a test here for the mental strength of this British side. 2 down. Always possible for a team to come back from there, but it's often more about mental skill than the canoeing skill to do it. Dig deep, get to your game plan, make your simple things work. Don't do anything silly that gives rise to another goal, but Portugal looking in the ascendancy here, looking strong, scored 2 very nice goals inside. Passing at will and defensively looking very strong. And now they're beginning to show us another side to the game, which is the measure. No panic there, accurate, just talking it through, plenty of time on the shot clock. 2 goal leads looking good, and they're back to type now. This is how we score goals. Drive in, pick a good shot and take it. That one came back off the bar, but it doesn't need to be a goal every time if you're getting resets and you're troubling your opponents all the time. That's brilliant work. I have to say that is absolutely brilliant work from Boyle. Captain's job, came out, did it. Was quite happy to take the foul, and he's taking the shot on himself. Could have very easily passed it to Metcalf. Either of them, I think, could have scored, but Boyle did it as a captain. To be fair, I think the referees are just tending to Jose, the Portuguese player. He fell onto the boat, I think it's fair to say, of Boyle. Banged his ear a bit. He seems to be okay. I don't think he's getting off. The referee saying he can continue. It might be wise to take a moment if he's really not feeling too good, and he doesn't look like it. I hope he is all right. Teammates just checking on him. I wonder if he wouldn't be a little wiser just to take a moment, but not my call. You'll have to watch that, dropping it into the water next to him. If he thinks that buys him an extra 5 seconds, he'll fall foul of the referee sooner or later. Obviously, for those of you not familiar with the rules of canoe polo, you are allowed to be holding the ball or in possession of the ball for just 5 seconds. So you can reset that by travelling the ball a metre. And we've got Marlowe for Great Britain. He's long away. He's quick and he's free. He was fly there. Bit of a struggle to get the ball to him. Hammond from the back, but he did, and so Marlowe opens his account, and the Portuguese 2-goal lead is pegged back. So, all to play for now. The momentum of this game swings Great Britain's way. They were 2 down, and as I was saying, they were having to dig in, and in the name of consistency, the referees being precise about the restart throw of the Portuguese, just as they were about the British. Can't fault them for that. Surprising which of the rules the players know and which they seem to struggle with. This driving Portuguese game, I like the style of play they've got here where they're really working inside, and those inside players at the moment, that's Duo and just trying to see the number. Yeah, Duo and March. If they get a ball to them, they're both very, very capable finishers, and March there just let that ball get away with him, and Duo's having to tidy up for him. You owe me one, that will be. That was hard work for him. That really wasn't meant for him, and he tidied it up nicely, and because of that, much as they're a bit shot clock tied, that's still Portuguese ball, and they get a shot away. I'm not sure that was the wisest thing, throwing up a weak shot, but that's picked up by Searle, and he's going to get a chance to release this now. Hammond pokes the ball across towards McCann. Great Britain obliged by that to just slow it down, but they really want to keep the momentum of this half going because they have pulled back 2 goals. These ebbs and flow of, I don't know, it's hard to explain, momentum or optimism or luck, you call it what you will, but sometimes a team's just in the ascendancy and you need to ride that wave and keep it going. And Great Britain might have just let the heat go out of that because they've had a very good spell. Portugal will be hoping they can stop that before half-time. Bounce on the post. Where's that going? That's out, favours Portugal. Is this going to swing their way now? Nice and steady. Still. I think the Portuguese just having a little regroup. I think they feel that they were on the back foot for a few minutes and they're back in it now. Back on it. Next goal might just determine who goes into half-time happiest. It's a good shot from Portugal, but that's a lovely piece of skill from Searle to bring it down and control it. Give his team possession. Plenty of time left. He looks a bit rushed and he really shouldn't be. No, lovely decision in the end. Cross-court pass to Hammond allows Hammond to make the... Oh, and that's your little bit of luck when that landed. When that landed in McCann's hands, you really fancied him to score there, but again, a great bit of goalkeeping. So Great Britain come, a minute and a half to go. Either of these teams would sell the soul to the devil at the moment to score a goal before half-time. And there is one. That's Searle. He was fishing for a foul or a penalty, holding the ball against his opponent's paddle. Won't get him anywhere much, that. It's a green card. Oh, not quite sure what. Referee's shown a green card there to Portuguese number 1. Jose, I think that will be for that overguard with the paddle. Not completely sure, but that looks what it looked like to me. Portugal ringing the changes. They're going to restart with 4. Great Britain have the lead. Power play, green card for Portugal. Great Britain seeking to take advantage of that. They'd love to go in at half-time 2 up, but at the moment, on the ball, Hammond under pressure, under big pressure. He's crossed the goal line, unfortunately for him. He did manage to get the ball away, but obviously just drifted over the line in doing so. Portugal ball, but they don't seem in any rush to take it. Quite happy to scrub time off the clock. Duo. Being asked to take the throw from the goal line. And again, as the clock ticks, oh, they've stopped the clock now, the referees, but quite happy to just let that happen. But that pings off the boat of McCann. Is he going to recover it? He is. A bit unexpected that, and then returns the ball back over the top. That falls to Hammond, and Hita makes no mistake about finishing that. So Great Britain go from 2 goals down in this half to 2 ahead. That's going to make their team talk a whole lot sweeter at half-time. 30 seconds to go, Portugal back to 5. Great Britain will be desperately hoping they can carry this 2-goal lead into the half-time break, and Portugal, I'm very sure, want to try and close this down. That's going to look like a big mountain. They'll be disappointed they lost the 2-goal lead. They certainly don't want to be too behind at half-time, but with only 17 seconds to go, they're going to have to come up with something pretty special. And they are very capable of that. It's a nice takedown and shot, but no result. And with 4-3, timeout called by the referees with 3 on the clock, but I don't think that's going to go anywhere much. Big air on that, but that's time. So we enter the half-time break with Great Britain leading Portugal by 4 goals to 2. Story of the half, really. Portugal took a 2-0 lead in the first period of the half. Did very well. But Great Britain have not only pegged it back, but pulled 2 goals ahead themselves. And so the ebb and flow of sport evident in that game. Clear for all to see how the mood changed from one moment to the other. Now, How will the second half pan out? We will see. We will all be here for that, and we will name check the teams as we look at Great Britain now. Red boats, white buoyancy aids, white helmets, and they are number 1 McCann, number 2 Searle, number 3 Marlowe, number 4 Metcalf, number 5 the captain Boyle, number 6 Alexic, number 7 Hammond, and number 8 Deqing. Currently enjoying a much, much lighter team talk than they might have expected halfway through the half when they were 2 down. So, very pleasing finish to the half for them. The Portuguese are in black kayaks with red buoyancy vests and black helmets, and they will be attacking from our right to the goal on our left. And if we pan to them, they are number 1 Jose, number 2 the captain Deqing, number 3 is the captain Deqing, there is no number 2, number 4 Villeno, number 6 Damsch, number 8 March, number 9 Steele, and number 10 Hurish. And they will doubtless be having a team talk about letting a 2-goal lead slip away, which will be passed over as quickly as possible, and something about how to dig back this 2-goal lead. We've done it before, we can do it again. If they can do it to us, we can do it again. All phrases I'd be keen to use. I'm very sure that the Portuguese version will be doing exactly that. They are not out of this game by any manner or means. They've scored 2 unanswered goals in the first half, and the first thing they need to do in the second is score 2 unanswered goals. We, the crowd, we hope we get some press and chase, some exciting polo. As I say, the Portuguese style of working it in close can give us some very exciting stuff. They look for a foul or an opportunity. Really playing very well in the first half of the half, but Great Britain just managed to turn the dial back in their favour. Referee Pelly calling the teams up. And we're away. Metcalf for Great Britain. Steele for Portugal. And it's Metcalf who's there first and safe. Ball away. Great Britain now, as you would expect, just settled and steady. They revert to type. They've sent the 2 of the bigger men in. Deqing and Boyle to work inside. Snapshot taken, but it's a corner ball. I'm surprised about that. That's the captain Boyle, just been pinged for a piece of jewellery, I think, by the referee. Can't quite see. Certainly what he indicated, and the player looked down and certainly seemed like he'd got some kind of necklace or chain on. Not permitted within the rules of polo, as I'm sure all of our avid viewers will know, but it's been caught out there a bit. Very silly. Very a bit surprised at that at this level, but changes ring in. Alexic pulls on in his stead. I can see from here, chain's been removed. Sure Boyle will be rejoining the fray shortly. Hammond just having a look at the options. Not actually seeing anything he likes the look of, but does manage to make an inside pass. Ball comes back to him. Cross-court pass to Metcalf. Hammond, yeah, just letting the shot clock drift down here. You could just see Searle have a look at it. 20. And here we go. That's Searle. He's setting up, he's a big hitter, goes for a shot and it's in his way. Yep, that's going to be a green card. We're sending off for the captain, Duo, and a penalty. I think pretty clear cut. Genuine shot chance there. So, going for getting his big arm going, but takes a penalty. See what happens here. In the goal, it's Villeno for Portugal. Big ask here. And that's a great finish from Searle. Absolutely bullets in. And the first goal of the second half goes Great Britain's way. They lead by 5 goals to 2. task for Portugal just that bit more difficult now. They've got back to 5, obviously, as the goal's been scored. And what is going to be the Portuguese reaction to this? Intensity, I hope. Two men inside, as usual for them, looking to feed. At the moment, the only one managing to face the goal is March. Oh, they're chasing out Great Britain, not happy to wait here. They're 3 ahead, but they're still not just going to sit and watch Portugal throw the ball around. And this is Hammond, it's going to fall for him. Just drove his opponent off the ball, nicely done. Finds a pass across to the middle. Is there a finish here, or do we need another pass? Hits the post. Disappointing for Boyle. He'd like to just pop that in. I'm sure well within his range, no question about that. Just tried to place it. But Portugal now regrouping, but regrouping under pressure I think is probably fair. Certainly not having the easy life. But they obviously, as GB have dropped a goalkeeper in with Searle just taking his position. Portugal are outnumbering Great Britain on the field by 5-4 and therefore managing to find space and clear away. That's a bullet pass. That's thrown at pace into towards Marks, but he controls it and gets his shot away, but it's not good enough. He's fouled in the process. And that's going to be a first deliberate foul warning, I think, for Boyle. Clearly indicated by the referees. Don't think that's the first time Boyle's had a deliberate foul warning. But obviously it is in this game. Just have to watch his step now for the rest of the game. Can't really afford to get sent off. So much easier to win and stay in games with 5 than with 4. The physical tariff you have to pay once you're down is so difficult. And now with the staffing going their way, that's a Huzhou's throwing a big, heavy shot, but just Great Britain just able to just deal with it. Through Hammond on that occasion, but could have been anyone. Namash to take the corner and GB push out with 4, obliging it. Oh, he found a good pass though, and I think that duo could have hoped for a little bit of luck there. GB looking at an open goal. Who's going to get the chance before the Portuguese keeper gets there? Anyone? Moving forwards. Oh, that's a fine finish. Boyle up through the middle, unchallenged really. He's got a one-on-one with the keeper and just slammed it as if it was a penalty. 6-2. And again in this middle group, if Great Britain can pull a little bit of goal difference over an opponent of the quality of Portugal, they'll be very pleased to do so. Portugal ranked 12 in the world, under 21s, Great Britain 6, so if Great Britain can put a few on the board here, they'll be happy, and Portugal need to bear that in mind for their converse point of view. Later in the group, a big negative goal difference here will hurt them. Everyone they can claw back helps. Oh, doing very well here, Portugal. Very, very well indeed. Making those inside passes despite the British coach encouraging his team to avoid that as much as anything, because he's right. Jose scoring there at the end, but it could have been either of the players on the way to him. Absolute classic Portuguese play, very close quarters. Risky, some would say, a lot of passes, but very exciting for us to watch and very high skill level. So the British lead reduced to 3 again, and they have the ball. 5 minutes remaining on the clock. And that's a green card for number 3. He'd had his warning, and that's Duo, the captain, takes his green card, sending off. I would say with good grace, but maybe not so much. Referee's trying to indicate where he wants the throw taken from. No, I'm not sure the players are quite on song with him here. And we go. Good. Underway. 5 minutes. Portugal, unfortunately for them, down to 4. Great Britain with 5 and the lead. Looking to push a goal. Marlowe. That's a big hit from Searle. Ball off the goalkeeper's paddle and over the restraining net that's meant to keep the balls in the playing area, but failed on this occasion. There is someone there, fortunately, from another ball out of the match bucket. So here we go. That's Marlowe. What a quick arm on him. Nicely done. 7-3, Great Britain lead. Portugal back to 5 players. 4-goal game with just over 4 minutes on the clock. Portugal come again. Little bits of frustration showing here for them, I understand that. But they have to be mindful they're in a small group game. Anything they can get out of anywhere they have to take. Stop GB scoring anymore, score some if they can. Big air. Damash. Steele. Just a hint of a touch on that. Is it going to fall? Oh, that's a... I'm surprised that was a foul. A little bit of confusion amongst the players. Referee wants the ball back where the offence took place. And Great Britain get the foul, move forwards. Driving, pushing this so flat and then taking the hit up nice and close. An awful lot of traffic there. This must be an absolute nightmare when those teams, eight players basically packed in front of the goal, all in a very, very short space. Very difficult to referee. See what's going on, and a few bit of dirty tricks and dark arts going on, I've no doubt. The referee's trying to look everywhere all at once, but that's a goal line throw. Referee Pelly communicating with the line judge, just confirming things, trying to get it right. Done a great job, the Chinese volunteers here, line judging and running the table. Obviously very new to Polo, China, hosting this, and therefore many of these people not seen a game before, so they've taken the training on board. And here halfway through day 3, I'd like to say they've done a great job. I don't want to put the commentator's curse on anything, but they really have done well. Looking forwards, they really want something out of this Portugal, and well they should. Keep driving, pushing forwards. Marlowe's arm being grabbed quite clearly for all to see. Takes the foul, protects the ball, and then gets a pass away. I think there was a paddle touch on that, just took it off course, but that's recovered by Boyle, who then delivers a pass forwards. That cross-court pass from Metcalf intercepted. So that's no shot clock reset. Working well here, Portugal, because that's out for a sideline throw, and again, no reset there. 30 seconds, plenty of time to build something. Oh, inside of the top bar, but out. Nice bit of skill from Searle, Marlowe. Searle. Which way is this going? Hit the run of Metcalf, maybe, no. Back to Searle. He's looking, not shy about a shot. Oh, I think that was Boyle pushed onto the keeper as part of trying to get him closer to the goal, but nonetheless, doesn't really matter how it comes about. And that's going to be a green card sending off for Boyle of Great Britain. he's looking confused and showing his hands and shaking his head, but certainly from where I'm standing, it's quite clear. There's a clear green card and a clear number 5. I don't think any other conversation will be doing. He gets off. Power play, 2 minutes, 1:30 on the clock. And he moves off the pitch. His team 4 goals to the good. It won't affect the outcome of the game. I think that was just stopping a player taking the throw because unsportsmanlike behaviour, foul by referee Pelly on the far side. That would be about right. And Portugal have the man advantage, the ball, and 1 minute 20 seconds to make something of it. That's fired up. And canoe polo style paddle foul, Great Britain away. There's only 4 of them, but they're still pumping forwards. Oh, it'll take a little bump there, I think, Searle. Oh, referee Pelly going straight to his red card for the coach Hammond. I must say that's fairly direct. I can't blame referee Pelly for that. Whatever complaint a coach has, needs to keep it in a certain space in his head. I think that's a shame to see. But referee Pelly dealt with it firmly. He is just waiting for the coach to leave the competition area as the rules prescribe. Red card for the British under-21 coach, feeling that aggrieved, but as I say, he has to keep that complaint in a certain headspace. He can't display it like that. Referee Pelly, no option but to send him off. And now Great Britain just closing this down. And it moves up the pitch. That's under the control of McCann. Quite happy with that job. If he can get some breakers away, and he may well do, even though they are a man down. That ball's there, but is it going to land for Hammond? It doesn't, but he makes it land for him. That's a nice piece of skill. Pass didn't quite have the legs on it, but Hammond just tipped it forwards. That's lovely from him. That was the difference. A weak pass that many players might have, that opportunity would have gone. Hammond just bumps it with his blade in front of him and scores. And so despite an array of coloured cards on the scoreboard, Great Britain managed to pull another goal out of the bag and now lead 8 goals to 3. We're into the last 30 seconds of this game. Great Britain still with 4, obviously, and coachless. But Portugal, can they score? Can they do something to restore this? Not like that. That's far too far. Absolutely bulleted. There's a timeout with 10 seconds left. It's going to be a corner ball in favour of Portugal. They will just, clock's running. It was on 10 seconds when they first indicated it. If they need my help, I suspect these referees don't. Yep, clearly indicating 10 seconds, so the referee on this side concurs with me, or I concur with him, sorry. Is there anything in this for Portugal? No. So, Great Britain. I'm very sure that's time now. Great Britain complete that game. There's a little bit of confusion, but Great Britain will go down as having won that game by 8 goals to 3. Finished the game with 4 players and coachless. Portugal took a 2-goal lead early in the first half, which was clawed by Great Britain, who then stepped ahead in the end of the first half and then went on, really, despite a slightly untidy game in places, to win by 8 goals to 3. So that game in under-20 men's group O works to it, and the next game on this pitch will be